Outreach. Bath kickoff is coming to you live at 7:30 p.m. brought to you by Yoti. Greetings from the home of Newcastle Falcons, but tonight the nest of the impregnable Northumbria University, with the would-be Cuckoos, Bath University coming to claim a scalp in round 14 of BUCS Super Rugby. Right, I think that's enough bird-based cliches to kick things off. We're going to get stuck into the rugby now. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, George Wakoki, who is a Northumbria player, recent call-up to England students, but currently injured, unfortunately. It's good to have you, George.
Cheers, that's good to be here.
Okay, first things first, I've got to give a public apology for my gross mispronunciation of your surname when I was doing commentary on the last Northumbria game. I think it was about 73 times I mispronounced, so I won't get it wrong again.
Nah, it's all good, all's forgiven.
Good man, okay. And let's talk about the injury. What is it, what's the prognosis?
So at the moment I just had a strain against Loughborough, just on my TFL, just connected to my IT band, which is my hip. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes well, head of rehab, I'll be back for next week's game.
Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom. You've made it into the England student setup for the second year running, and you're vying for a place on the plane to France. Yeah,
everything's gone real well so far. Like to be fair, my teammates have put me in this position. You know, like we've all been playing really well, and like a lot of them could be in the same position I am. You know, just been unlucky, but you know they've put me in this position, and everything's to them.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's 4 Northumbria players in there. It's Will Muir, Ollie Robinson and Josh Bragman and yourself. Are you a little disappointed there's not more players in that squad, considering how well Northumbria are going in the league?
Yeah, I think a couple of boys have been unlucky or so, but to be fair, there is a lot of competition out there. You know, this league's picked up and the competition's real high at the moment, so it's a very tough decision, which is a decision I wouldn't like to be making.
Okay, well, just to throw another eye of newt into the cauldron of tonight's game, Aaron, who is the coach of Bath University, is also the England students coach. So there'll be a lot of players out here today trying to stake their claim to say, why was I not included into that squad? Speaking of stating claims and putting in big performances, Hartbury and Exeter produced an absolute bum squeaker down in Gloucestershire on Wednesday night. Here's what went down at Hartbury. So Exeter started the game like a gun, hammering the Hartbury line, and it was Captain Silent Sell, who was a totem all night, crashing through 2 Hartbury tackles to start the scoring and put them into a 7-0 lead. 7-0 was soon 12 when they built a very, very strong driving maul and crashed over. It was George Gosling to swell his season tally to 6 tries and make it 12-0. But Hartbury responded. Inspired by a big Tom Pashley carry, it was up to Stratford to crash over, untouched, to get them back in the game. And with an extra kick from Sam Leeming, it was 10-12 at half-time. James McRae sold the dummy, crashed through 3 tackles, and he was over to start the second half at a lick. And Exeter were back on the front foot and building a lead. They were thirsty for more, and after building another impressive drive, it was that man again, Captain Silent Sell, who wrestled the ball across the line, and in a blink, Exeter were 10-26 up with 20 minutes to go. The game was practically theirs. But Hartbury, they wouldn't lie down. They built their own driving maul and obliterated the Exeter pack to give themselves a sniff of getting back into the game. That sniff soon became a worrying reality for the men from Devon. After a big midfield carry, the Exeter defence was at 6s and 7s. Sam Leeming launched a long ball out wide, and it was up to Akil Smith to perform an acrobatic finish in the corner to make it a 2-point game going into the closing stages. And Hartbury built the pressure, none more so in the scrum. Pressure, it bursts pipes or it creates diamonds. And on this occasion, the diamond for Hartbury was Elias Caven, who stepped up to nervously nudge the home side into a 1-point lead, which would not be overtaken sparking jubilant scenes at the final whistle. So confirmation there of the big result. It was an unbelievable game. Hartbury the victors 27-26. But elsewhere on that Wednesday, Durham were pipped by Cardiff Met at home 15-17. Durham so close on so many occasions this season, once again coming out the losers. Leeds Beckett meanwhile, they came from behind at 3-5 at half time to beat Loughborough 13-8. And these are the ramifications on the table. A breathless night's rugby at Gilman's Ground and a hell of an advert for the league as a whole. As you can see, that result has blown the title race wide open in favour of tonight's host, Northumbria. A bonus point win by 22 points or more will displace Exeter and put the men in black in the championship box seat. So George, first place is within your grasp. There's a little bit of pressure on you guys, but surely it's pressure that you're going to relish.
No, I think the boys have been taking it quite well. You know, we're just focusing on ourselves at the moment, and everything exterior, you were just trying to block that out, and it's all about us and it's all about the team, and we're just doing what we can control.
Okay, and you know, it's a tried and tested cliche in rugby, but you guys are taking it one game at a time. You're not thinking of the riches at the end of the tunnel. Yeah,
that's very true at the moment. Like, can't really get ahead of ourselves because anything could happen in this league. It's literally anything. The competition's so high, the quality's so high, so we just need to focus on the next 80 minutes, and then we'll take care of the next 80 minutes when it comes.
Well, speaking to you and to Darren and and the other players, you're a tightly knit unit, and consistency in team selection has been a key to one of your successes. So you're out of the picture. Can you tell me Ned Newman, who's in your place tonight, and what he can offer?
Yeah, so Ned Newman's just recently joined the university, so he's a fresher or so, and he's put his hand up, to be fair to him. You know, he's turned up to training, he's done his job, and when he's come on, he's taken his chance, so all the luck to him out there today.
Okay, well, let's look at the opposition. Now, you ran them very, very close, so they ran you very, very close in the game at Bath. You were losing at half-time, so they're a team that can challenge you.
Yeah, they're a very good outfit or so. Like, as a team, they're very hard to break down because they do stick to their structures or so, and they've got a very good set piece to them, but it's something that we enjoy, and like their defense is set up for our attack, so hopefully there should be a lot of tries tonight.
Well, look, they've had a bit of a torrid season so far, but it's a position that you found yourselves in last year. What do you think is the missing ingredient for them at the moment?
I just think it's literally anyone could be anyone a day, and you know, they've taken some some losses, and it could have gone the other way or so. And it's the same with us, you know, it literally could happen to anyone, and so we just got to keep doing our thing. And for Bath, I'm sure they'll get over this. They're a very good team, and I'd expect a good fight from them tonight.
Well, you've played with and played against some of these Bath players. Who are the standout players who are going to be bringing that fight to you?
Just from personally, I just keep an eye out for their number 11, Levi Davis or so. I think he'll be good for the crowd to see tonight. Yeah, he's the guy that you would have had in your pocket, yeah. I presume. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay, and you've been in the England camp with Aaron, who I mentioned at the top of the programme is the England coach as well. Have you managed to garner any sort of inside tips or some tactical nous from him that you can exploit tonight? No, nothing much or so. It's a whole different ball game or so, but we know they're a good outfit, and they're very good at their basics. They're a good team, and so it's going to take a lot to beat this team, but I think we've got it in us tonight. Exciting game on our hands. Okay, so that's the players' point of view, but we caught up with the head honchos before the game, the coaches of both sides, and this is what they had to say. So Aaron, you've had a week off after a narrow loss to Cardiff Met at the start of the year. What have you been working on in that week?
We've been working on just getting a bit better, really, trying to perform like we should have been. You know, the boys have been really good at assessing where we are, and yeah, we've underperformed, I think, and we've worked really hard. We've had exams over the last 2 weeks. It's been challenging to the boys, so but they've all turned up to training and really keep that commitment going. So we're looking forward to to playing in Newcastle against Northumbria on a bloody good night. Sorry, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, frosty night up north, and also a fast track. Is this going to make a difference to your game plan?
Yeah, we've got a bit of a game plan. I think we can beat them with, so both attack and defence. We've looked at our position on the table, which is way down the bottom. The playoffs are coming. We need a number of points. The maximum we can get is 20, and so we've got a bit of a target for where we can get to, somewhere between up to 20.
Yeah, so the title's a little bit out of reach, but you're trying to build momentum going into the playoffs and get a good seeding then.
Well, as I said, I think we've underperformed a bit, and we've been close, and we've messed matches up a bit. You know, Cardiff met with 16 penalties to 12 or something against us, and it cost us the game. But we've been working on, you know, our discipline, working on doing the things that we've been training and just putting them into the games, hanging on to the ball a bit longer, keeping our defence where it's been. But yeah, and I think we're on a click, and we're going to score some tries.
Good stuff, and you must be immensely proud of him, Will Britton, playing in the Anglo-Welsh tonight for Bath, but you're surely going to miss him. Yeah, we are missing Will tonight, our captain, and also Miles Reid, who's starting at 6 for Bath tonight. But we've got a really valuable partnership with Bath Rugby, and just shows, you know, they're true to the word and true to the partnership that Will's come up through BUCS Super League, and is going to get a shot again off the bench in the Anglo-Welsh at Osprey. So that bodes well for the whole setup, really, and we're really pleased for them. Although we're missing him tonight, you know, he's playing higher levels, so we wish him really well, and Miles. Exciting times for Bath. Good man, it's always good to see you, Aaron, and good luck.
Thanks.
Nice to see you, Darren. Big game tonight, and made even bigger by Exeter's loss on Wednesday. Have you guys been talking about that at all in the build-up?
We haven't actually seen each other as a group since Wednesday, so no knows the answer to that. But obviously we play it week by week now. We can't look at the table and think this, that, the other. I'm sure we're all aware of it. But we've got a tough outfit in front of us tonight, and we've just got to prep on the game, and that's where we've been for the last week or so, prepping again for Bath tonight.
And it's your penultimate game at home, so I'm sure you're going to want to put a big show on for your fans. You've got a big crowd coming. Are the boys looking forward to it?
Yeah, we always look forward to playing here. It's our home pitch. It's a great venue, and we like playing rugby on here. So yeah, and the crowd's been getting bigger and bigger all season, and it really does help the lads. And it's nice to play in front of all that support.
So Bath's league position probably doesn't reflect what they are capable of a team. They ran you quite close when you played them away. You were losing at half-time. You're not going to underestimate them.
Not at all, no. It's the same, I think I've said it to you before. If the mindset right, we feel we can beat any team in this league. If it's wrong, we feel like we can lose to anyone in this league. So Bath's no different. They've had a few good results. I think Loughborough, they ran close. Cardiff, maybe feel they could have won, and they beat Durham. So yeah, there's no way we're underestimating Bath. And any key players amongst the Bath team you're looking to nullify in particular? Yeah, they've got some good halfbacks. Obviously got Levi on the wing, who's a dangerous player. And they've got a few ball carrying back rows, and they've obviously had a few changes this week, but it looks like they've brought a real big abrasive pack down.
Good stuff. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you play as always. Cheers, Darren. There is definitely a glint in the eyes of both coaches this evening. I think that we're going to see some very, very inventive and open rugby on a flat track and an amazing stadium. It's my first time at Kingston Park. You've got the professional stadium here, but also the pavilion, the terraces, a little bit of an old school feel. What's it like to play here?
No, it's awesome. We just know every time we come out here, we know what the pitch is going to be like, and it suits us to a T. And we enjoy coming. We get a good amount of people to come every match, so no, it's a good place to be.
Good stuff. Okay, and now I ask everyone this when they come on. Head on the chopping block. Who's going to win tonight, George?
I'm going to have to back my boys here, so Northumbria.
Classic impartiality from the guests. Okay, well, the tunnel's being made and the teams are getting ready to run up, so that just leaves me to introduce the voice of tonight's game, Scotty Eburn. Up to you, Scotty, and we'll see you at half-time. Good stuff, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, so if you can come back like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
Knock forward, advantage blue. Advantage over. Hello. Sorry for the delayed start to action and a few technical difficulties, but that was an early try and an early score by Will Partington from the University of Bath, picking up a loose ball 40 metres out down the near touchline. So an early score for Bath, the away side taking first blood, and thanks to my esteemed colleague Joe Burns, pitch side, for the wonderful introduction. The action here at Kingston Park waits for no man. Partington here, an opportunity to convert his own try. Less than 120 seconds, 2 minutes on the clock. On the training paddock, a simple conversion. But on a night in the northeast where temperatures probably feel like -1 or 2. That's a fine strike indeed. Will Partington putting Bath 7 points in front very early on here. And Bath once again will receive from the kickoff. Josh Bragman, the outside half for Northumbria, recent introduction into the England student squad, gets things underway and sends it deep, and it is the try scorer Partington who takes that one sweetly, puts his right boot through that. It's not gone to touch, collected by Ned Newman. Ned Newman, former Bath Academy man, in the starting lineup for Northumbria for the first time this evening. Christie out to Bragman. Bragman finding Howarth at fullback, coming into the midfield. Picked up by the captain, Ollie Robinson. Robinson crashing forward, retaining possession for the home side. A little dink over the top, collected though by Alex Burridge, the Bath number 10. And it's the boys in blue who look to set up a platform where they can clear their lines. Scrum half Petrozzi picking out a forward pod, crashed up just outside their 22. Petrozzi, the Bath number 9, former Italy under-20, represented them in the under-26 nations. He strikes his left boot through that, high into the dark night sky, and that's straight into touch. The referee though just having a word with the officials. Tonight this is of course BUCS Super Rugby round 14, powered by Yoti, the second game of the week. If you want to get involved in the action, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby on Twitter. Let us know how you think this score line is going to go this evening. Of course, Northumbria chasing the top spot, although their head coach Darren Fern suggesting that that's not what they'll be thinking about before the game this evening. Fumbled at the line out by Northumbria. A possible great attacking platform for them, but not so good from Michael Newstead at hooker there, not picking out his mark of Edward Bloodworth. So Petrozzi, the Bath number 9, will have a put in at the scrum. Just inside his 22-metre line. Solid platform needed by Bath here. 15 metres in from that far touchline. Picked up by number 8, Jack Davis. Ball finds its way into Petrozzi's hands once again. Northumbria trying to snaffle this one at the breakdown. Possession held by Bath. Again, opting to go short, keeping it in the hands of the big forwards. as they rumble on down the pitch. Again sent high, being chased down by Levi Davis on the left wing for Bath. He's got some wheels. We'll be hoping to see them later on in this game. Possession still with Bath. Big hits coming in from the Northumbria forwards. Ollie Robinson, their captain, marshalling them around the fringes. Petrozzi looks to snipe, goes into contact, taken in by Burridge, the number 10 for Bath. Penalty though to Northumbria, 35 metres out from the Bath try line, and it's straight in front of the sticks. And you'd perhaps expect Josh Bragman, a man with 75% kicking accuracy this season, to aim straight through the uprights here at Kingston Park. He'll also be aiming straight for the stand, which has just received planning permission to convert it to a covered stand with additional facilities for the Newcastle Falcons training as well as hospitality venue. So Bragman, a man who's second in the BUCS Super Rugby kicking accuracy tables, will look to put those long limbs of his to good use here. 102 points total this season, also second behind Tom Morgan of Cardiff Met in the all point scoring tables for this season. Kicks that one true, and Bragman keeps Northumbria in touch here after that early Bath try. Inside 90 seconds. 7.5 minutes played here at Kingston Park. Northumbria trail 3 points to Bath 7. This is BUCS Super Rugby round 14, powered by Yoti. Burridge sends that one long, collected by the captain. Robinson barraging his way up the midfield. James Christie there at number 9 for Bath sends that one up. A man who scored a hat-trick versus Bath in round 5. He'll be looking for more of the same, but a great take there by Levi Davis, the left wing for Bath. Bath now with possession on the halfway line, crushed up by Mike Snook. Looking to go wide now through the hands of Dunbar. Dunbar picking out Hughes. Hughes going down the near touch line. He passes inside. It's found Petrozzi. What a pass! And Petrozzi's going to go in next to the right upright. A fantastic score there, Bath, just finding the space down this near touch line. And Northumbria left wanting early in this game. Petrozzi, we mentioned him earlier on, an Italy age group player. He's played for Benetton Treviso. And look at that pass, plucked out his man, finally did Will Hughes on the right wing. Ambled across the line in the end for Luca Petrozzi. And a great try and a great start to this game by the University of Bath. They lost this fixture back in October, 27 points to 39, but they lead here 14 points to Northumbria's 3. Will Partington, the fullback, making light work of that kick in front of the posts. And Northumbria, well, need to just reset themselves here. I'm sure Darren Fern's not too worried. They know they can score from pretty much anywhere on the pitch. They love this fast 4G track. Sent high and well collected fantastically by Will Muir. Will Muir trying to grubber that through. It's still in play, dotted over the line though. Well, almost a fine individual score by the man who's this season's top try scorer. Almost looked like there was some infringement as he was trying to run that one through and collect his kick. Unfortunate though, seems as if Will Partington has picked up a little bit of a knock to his hip or his lower back. You should hope he's okay. He's a try and 2 conversions early on, but we'll take this moment just to have a quick look at the team sheets here. So Northumbria there, Elwood, Newstead, Ross making up the front row, Bloodworth and Walton in the second row, Bordill, Solway and the captain Ollie Robinson in the back row, James Christie and Josh Bragman make up the half-back pairings, Ned Newman and Will Muir on the wings, Suva Masai and Lewis Berg ever present in the midfield this season it seems, and Rory Howarth at full-back. Head coach Darren Fern for Northumbria. Let's take a little look at the Bath lineup. Cordwell, Doughty, DeCosta in the front row, Russell and Jones in the second row, Snook, Barry and Davis in the back row. Luca Petrozzi, try scorer already in this game. At number 10, Alex Burridge. A slight change to this team sheet. Finn Murphy is on the bench, number 22, and in his place on the left wing, number 11, Levi Davis. We've already mentioned his name this evening. Partnered by Will Hughes on the wing. What a great run down this near touchline a few moments ago. A great pass inside to find Petrozzi to get the score. And a quick glimpse of the replacements for both sides there. Yuri Fantini. Be interesting to see when he comes on. He's an England Sevens Academy player last year. So we're back after that slight injury to Will Partington. And Josh Bragman almost collecting his own up and under there. Bath holding possession. Number 12, Craig Duncan, plucking that one out the air. It's sent into some space. Howarth trying to go on his own, showing some fleet of foot in those luminous green boots of his. Taken into contact hard by Michael Newstead of Northumbria. Christie to Bragman. Pass not going to hand, but it's picked up by Jamie Ross. Into contact by Northumbria. Christie coming to the near side once again, into the hands of the captain, Ollie Robinson. Robinson marching forward with a tight-knit Bath defence. Still going. Jake Elwood into contact once more. Almost breaking inside this Bath 22. 10 metres in from this near touchline. Northumbria trail 3 points to Bath's 14. A great early start from the away side here. This is BUCS Super Rugby round 14. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby if you want to get involved. Bloodworth cuts in to the Bath defence there. Looking for the corner, trying to pluck that on the head of Levi Davis. Almost collected by Will Muir. It's gone to ground. Davis, the Bath left wing, gets his hands on that one. The referee bringing this one back. Northumbria had the advantage, hence the kick from Josh Bragman. Lovely weight on that kick. Wasn't collected by Muir though. The BUCS top try scorer for this season. Sent into the corner. So Northumbria will have the line out and Michael Newstead will look to find his mark. Newstead, a former Newcastle Falcons Academy under 18. So he no doubt knows this arena well, as do all the Northumbria players. They train just over the back of Kingston Park. So a very familiar venue, and one where they've had great success in this 2017-2018 season. Newstead just confirming his mark with Michael Walton. And it is Michael Walton who rises highest in the line-out. Solway, the number 7, takes it into contact. The Northumbria forwards keeping this one tight. Strong Bath defence Jack Davis in the blue surging the black shirts backwards. But Northumbria march on here inside the Bath 5-metre line. Crashed up by Bloodworth. Going sideways through Walton. Christie looks to release his backs. A dink over the top. Collected though by Bath and Finn Murphy. No, sorry, Finn Murphy, not come on. Will Partington collected there, but it's another advantage played by Northumbria. So Josh Bragman here, just trying to make use of this advantage. A little dink with the outside of his left foot. He's got all the skills, trying to pluck out Will Muir again. Will Muir, perhaps he doesn't realise it, but if he gets another try, he'll go equal top of the all-time BUCS Super Rugby try-scoring tables. And the man that currently sits top, well, that's the Bath hooker, Tom Doughty. 15 all in all over 2 seasons, 6 in this current campaign. Not all heroes wear capes, but for Bath, they wear the number 2 shirt. Michael Newstead once again picks out Walton, well taken at the line out. Brought to ground by the Bath forwards. Bloodworth. Christie plucking out Lewis Berg, the outside centre. First time he's had his hands on the ball in this game. Nudging forward now, Northumbria trying to crawl this one over. Christie marshalling his men. The referee just urging Bath to get out there. Big hit there on Michael Newstead. He's sent backwards twice. Christie coming towards the short side. Josh Bragman going on his own, steps inside, needs some support. Well taken down by Will Hughes. Christie going again down the short side. Berg into contact. Has some support by Bordill. The referee, though, bringing it back. Another penalty to Northumbria. Walton almost looks to go quickly. Ollie Robinson asks for a scrum. So Bath, they'll need to front up on their own 5-metre line here. Scrum down to Northumbria. 5 metres out. 15 metres in from this near touchline, right in the corner here at Kingston Park. The home side currently trail 3 points to Bath's 14. Before the game, Aaron James said there's 20 points available to them before the end of this BUCS Super Rugby season, and they were going to play as if they were going to get all 20 points, so they're certainly well on the way to doing that. 16 minutes into this round 14 fixture here. Friday night lights at Kingston Park. Darren Fern there, head coach, just having a quick word in the ear of scrum half James Christie. Some words of wisdom no doubt being shared. A little look from Christie to Ned Newman on the left wing. Well, perhaps it's going to come to the short side here.
Right-hand side.
A few nods from the Bath forwards, look as if they know what's coming here. Big shove from both sides on the cards here. Good hit from both sides. Competitive scrum. Ollie Robinson picking it up. Goes down the short side. Cuts back to the open side. Straight into contact. Snaffled by Chris Barry of Bath. Still going forward are Northumbria. Christie again picks out Josh Bragman. Crashed into field by Lewis Berg. Christie still going. Howarth into the corner of Will Muir. Will Muir, well, he does not fumble many of those chances, does he? 10 tries this season. Almost looked as if the try line and his first score of this game was beckoning, but Will Muir couldn't quite catch that one. Howarth's pass not so sympathetic. So it is Bath who have the line out. Tom Doughty, England students squad for 2018. They met just a few weeks ago over at Stourbridge Rugby Club. Solid line out from them. Good set piece from Bath, taken into contact by Chris Barry. Fumble though, and it's collected. Ollie Robinson, the Northumbria captain, fending off 2 or 3 would-be tacklers. He needs some support, trying to get his body position right and present that ball, and they've managed to do so, and it's gone over here. Can't quite make out who that was. The referee not at all sure if a try has been scored. He's saying it's been held up. Well, that was close. Bath really solid at the line out there. Almost looked as if they were going to clear their lines, but a slight fumble at the breakdown. And some good quick hands by Northumbria. Almost over for their first try of the game here. Ollie Robinson just getting snaffled by Craig Duncan of Bath there, the number 12. It looked as if Northumbria were just crashing over, but it wasn't to be. So James Christie will have the put-in at the scrum, 5 metres out, just left of the posts. Referee not happy with how that scrum was set up, so players just asked to reassemble themselves. Certainly going to be no issue of a good footing here on this fantastic 4G pitch at Kingston Park. James Christie, the live wire scrum half, started every game this season for Northumbria, and that's a great platform for him to work with. It looks as if Northumbria are going to try and walk this one, almost come out the back. Robinson tries to pass it out, and it's gone to Petrozzi. The referee calls it back though. Another opportunity for Northumbria to penetrate the Bath defence. Scrum down once again is ordered by the captain, Robinson. Ollie Robinson, man of the match in his last game versus Loughborough, highly influential player for them. A true leader in their side and rewarded with an England Students 2017 and 2018 selection. Of course, this BUCS Super Rugby live stream powered by Yoti. Remember, if you want to get in touch, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Robinson trying to walk this one though. He's popped out to Christie. Bragman steps inside, tries to go on his own. Ball in one hand, shrugging off a few tackles. Now he's chopped to the ground by David Da Costa of Bath. And huge cheers as it's been stolen on the deck by Chris Barry of Bath. Well, Northumbria there certainly not made the most of their territory. Usually so clinical in attack and always tend to come away with points, but not on that occasion. They've spent a good 10 minutes down in that Bath 22 with no reward. Another little look. Bragman goes on his own. Gets absolutely sacked on his blind side by David Da Costa. And Chris Barry trying to steal that one, but Bragman guilty of holding on. Another solid line out from Bath. Their set piece, always of high quality. Petrozzi taking his time to get that one out the back, and it's knocked forward in the process. A few afters between the players. They certainly know what's at stake in this game. So Northumbria trail 3 points to Bath's 14. Quarter of an hour or just more. Quarter of the game played rather. 23 minutes on the clock. So James Christie once again with the put-in at the scrum inside the Bath half. Bath with all the tries, Northumbria with all the territory, but it is the away side who currently lead. Interesting stat, the last 3 times that these two have met has resulted in an away win, so the stats certainly in Bath's favour at the moment. Bragman spins that one wide, doesn't go to anybody, finds Will Muir though. Will Muir tries to put his legs on it. High tackle, it's seen there by Craig Duncan. The referee doesn't call it though. Christie picking out Robinson. Robinson, big ball carrier, goes forward over the gain line. Christie though, once again, short side. Finding Howarth. Howarth spins through a tackle. Christie to Robinson again, just looking for a bit of support there. An offload was beckoning for Robinson. Inside ball to Will Muir. Will Muir with the outside break. Can he score? Will Muir! And Will Muir does score, and that is his 11th try of the season. A great inside pass by Josh Bragman. He just held up the defence so beautifully there. And Will Muir, the man who's been part of the England Sevens Academy, gets his 11th try of the season. Look at that. You can't beat speed. A lovely little outside step around Will Partington, the fullback. And Will Muir coasts in for his first try of the game and his 11th of the season. 11 in 16 games, not bad at all. And it also puts him equal all-time top try scorer in BUCS Super Rugby. Well, he's got plenty of games left to extend that. A successful conversion for Josh Bragman. Northumbria inching their way back into this. They trailed 10 points to Bath's 14. 25 minutes played here. BUCS Super Rugby powered by Yoti. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby if you want to get involved on Twitter. Alex Burridge of Bath will get the game underway. Alex Burridge, formerly part of the Sale Sharks Academy, and played for the England Counties under 18, so he's a man with a lot of talent. Bragman, not the best boot to ball by him. An opportunity to counter-attack into space for Will Partington, the try scorer of Bath. He's wrapped up, but some forward muscle gives him an extra 5 metres. Bath now inside the Northumbria half. But that's held up, and Northumbria, they will have the put in at the scrum. Possession overturned. Seems like all the scrums in this game are going Northumbria's way. Perhaps that's the home advantage. A good battle at scrum half today, definitely between Christie and Petrozzi. James Christie, a full Hong Kong international. He made his debut versus Kenya in August 2017, so an interesting stat for him. Full international cap for the Northumbria number 9. Big scrum there. Well collected by Robinson. Robinson to Bragman. Bragman picking out Suvamasai. First time we've seen him crash the ball into contact. The Northumbria inside centre. Looked a bit dangerous into contact there for Josh Bragman. Northumbria still going down the short side. Christie picks up the loose ball, supported by Robinson. The referee though, penalty to Bath. Not happy with that are Northumbria. So a chance here for Bath to get some much needed territory. They've not spent much of this game inside the Northumbria half. But what they have done is come away with 2 tries from the short visits they were there. Kick deep into touch by Alex Burridge. Howarth there just trying to pick out Suvamasai on the inside ball. Seemed to be knocked to ground. Appeared from this angle to be a Bath hand that went forward, but Howarth a little bit in dismay there. Bath with the line out. Stolen by Ed Bloodworth of Northumbria. Marching forward now, James Christie down the short side, picking out Robinson, supported by Will Muir, his right wing. Quick ball for Christie. Again, finds the man who stole it at the line-out, Bloodworth. Looks to have scathed his arm in the process. Bragman, long ball out to Masai. Masai picking out Berg. Berg who finds Howarth on the inside pass. Christie finding Newstead, the hooker, in the midfield. He's held upright by Bath. Some forward muscle, though, takes him to ground. Picked up and still going forward in close quarters for Northumbria. Bragman, not intent on messing about, sends that one long. It looks as if it's going to roll into the 5 metre channel. It hasn't. Collected by Levi Davis. Levi Davis finding his fullback Partington. Partington taken down 10 metres outside of his own try line. Support well received for Bath. Petrozzi trying to pick out Burbage, and Burbage clears his lines. Perhaps not the best of kick though, as that's gone out inside his own 22. So Northumbria will have a line out 20, 21 metres or so out on that far touchline. 30 minutes played here. This BUCS Super Rugby fixture powered by Yoti. Remember, get in touch on Twitter, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby, if you want to get in touch. A little reminder of the table. Exeter currently sit top, played 12, won 9, lost 3 on 46 points. Northumbria played 11, won 8, lost 3 on 41 points. So they will need a big victory tonight by more than 26 points to get the top spot going into round 15. They've still got some work to do. A little bit of afters there. Northumbria getting slightly frustrated, and Bath will have the put in at the scrum once again. Neither team really beginning to cement their pressure on this game. Certainly Northumbria with all the territory, but Bath holding their composure under pressure. Perhaps just need to create a few more chances of their own. Try and work their way down into this Northumbria half. Less than 10 minutes left to play in this first half. Tries so far from Will Partington and Luca Petrozzi of Bath. A penalty kick from Josh Bragman kept Northumbria in the loop, but it was Will Muir's inside line for Northumbria that got them their first try of the game. So another reset scrum to come. The referee not exactly happy with both front rows. It seems to be an issue on this near side between Elwood and DeCosta. Two muscle men in the engine room. Certainly seems as if Alex Burridge is going to try and put this one straight into touch. Yet to see the wheels of Levi Davis on that left wing. Penalty to Northumbria at the scrum. Great work done by Jake Elwood on this near side with the number 1 on his back. And that sort of scrummaging is what wins you a call up to the England students side for this season. Elwood, also a Northumberland senior county player himself last season. And just to keep them nudging forward, Bragman well aware that they've not yet managed to fully penetrate this Bath defence in close quarters near their try line, so opting to go for the posts. Bragman 2 from 2 so far in this game. Mentioned it earlier, but He does have a 75% kicking accuracy this season. And he'll be looking for more of the same with this shot off the tee. Straight through that one. Another successful kick by Josh Bragman. And another 3 points for Northumbria, edging their way closer to Bath in this game. 34 minutes played, Northumbria 13, Bath 14. 2 tries from the away side early on in this game. Burridge restarts the game, collected well. In fashionable style by Ollie Robinson. Christie sends this one high, sends it long as well, and that's straight into touch. And it will come back for a Bath line out just on the 22-metre line. So a good opportunity here for Bath to press on to this Northumbria line. Again, stolen at the line out, a similar position 5 or 10 minutes ago. Northumbria causing havoc at this Bath line out, taken into contact by Solway. Christie to Bragman. Bragman puts boot to ball. Straight into touch. But the referee saying that was passed back into the 22. So Bath another chance with a line out. Well inside this time, the Northumbria 22. Less than 5 minutes to play in this half. Bath will be looking for a little something just to try and keep their lead, keep the pressure on.
That's it from me.
Going into
our exits have been poor, mind.
The second half. Caldwell having a little word in the ear of Tom Doughty. Again, not found the mark. Fumbled and palmed backwards by number 6 of Northumbria, George Bordill.
Penalty Benny's penalty number 4.
This time,
released. Get up.
Northumbria decide to play it along the back. Howarth going on his own. Needs some support. Doesn't quite have it, but it's got to come back for a Northumbria penalty.
Blue. Tackler, never released.
You expect Josh Bragman to clear his lines here, send this one deep. Certainly try and send it into touch, get them out of their own half here. Much better this time. Almost kept in by Levi Davis there, acrobatically, but a great nudge from the Northumbria number 10, Josh Bragman. So they have a line out.
Thanks, boys.
35 metres out from the Bath try line on that far touch line. Newstead with the throw. The referee just asking for a little bit more space. Still not happy.
I've asked
4-man line out then for Northumbria. Newstead tries to find his mark. Straight to the back, into the hands of Bordill. Bragman picking out Robinson in the middle of the field. Masai going on his own. Masai, his father, 36 cats for Tonga. We know he's got good ability in the midfield.
Get going again.
Still going. Ollie Robinson, what a man for Northumbria, constantly taking the ball into contact. Some good tempo now from Northumbria, working their way towards this Bath 22. Good hit by Chris Barry, sending back his opposite number, Solway, for Northumbria. Northumbria just going backwards slightly here through Jake Elwood. Change of direction. Berg trying to go on his own, spots a gap and drives head first straight through it, breaks his way into the Bath 22. Christie picks out Robinson. Huge hit by Bath, but looks to be a bit of a knock on the head of perhaps Craig Duncan there. Still going forward now. Elwood again from the base of the ruck. As does Bloodworth. Rolling forward. Taken to ground though by Mike Snook of Bath. Northumbria working hard here, trying to get some tempo, some speed on this ball. A little pop pass from Bragman to Howarth. Wasn't much room to play there. And Howarth snaffled by Jack Davis. The big number 8 from Bath. Into contact once again by Bloodworth. Resolute Bath defence. Bolting down the gaps in their defensive line. Bragman trying to find a way through, picks out Howarth again, this time owning a bit more space. Looks to throw the pop back inside, but held. Goes to ground. Robinson again into contact. Double tackle though, but here we go. It's going to be another score here. George Bordill from the base of the ruck. Well, he caught the whole Bath defensive line off guard there. George Bordill showing some good speed for a back row man.
It is tough, definitely, boys.
And some good snout as well to sniff that one out from 22 metres. Robinson again taking into contact. Saw nobody was home on the fringes. Not great defensive work from Bath. But a great opportunist try from George Bordill. And just on the stroke as half time. Northumbria have edged their way into the lead. Josh Bragman with a chance to get his 4th successful kick of this game. Could put them 6 points in front here.
It's half time, mate. Take it.
Fantastic score by George Bordill. Just what Northumbria needed coming into the break. Silence deafening here around Kingston Park as he lines this one up.
Yes.
And he's done so very nicely indeed. And that is half time. Northumbria go into the break. 20 points to Bath's 14. Bath's 2 early tries within the first 10 minutes putting them in front, but it is Northumbria showing why they are near the top of the table in this BUCS Super Rugby powered by Yoti season.
But I think you're really pushing my buttons tonight, yeah?
Will Partington kicking off the scoring for Bath. Luca Petrozzi, the scrum half, following that up after a good break by Will Hughes. But it was Will Muir and George Bordill, followed by 4 kicks from Josh Bragman at fly half for Northumbria. Temperature here icy at Kingston Park. Players no doubt grateful to be going in for 10 minutes. Probably won't be having any warm drinks though. A few vitamins and gaseous energy. So let's take a look at the highlights from this first half. So this was the second try of the game. Great pass inside from Will Hughes, picking out Luca Petrozzi. Hughes putting that pass on a sixpence. Look at that. Drew his man perfectly. Easy score for Petrozzi. It was Josh Bragman who got Northumbria's first point, so that was a disallowed try held up over the line. Northumbria inches away from their first score, almost moments after that second Bath score on 10 minutes. Here, a great score for Will Muir, extends his lead at the top of the BUCS Super Rugby try scoring tables, also goes joint top all time. Bragman drawing his man nicely, and Will Muir, well, he's got wheels indeed. And that's why he's made his way into the England students squad for this season. And the second try, the try just on the stroke of half time that put Northumbria out in front. George Bordeaux here making the most of some sloppy defending around the fringes for Bath. The number 6 powering his way to his first score of this game. Northumbria then lead 20 points to 14 at half time. So let's go to pitch side with Joe Burns and Northumbria's very own George Wakoki.
Those try lights really do just give you a snapshot of the half that has just unfolded. We've borne witness to a brutally physical encounter that saw Bath race into a 14-3 lead, but inch, by strangling possession, Northumbria have got themselves back into the game and back into the lead right there on the whistle. George, what do you make of that first half?
Like you said, just to repeat that, a very physical game. A lot of some big hits going around there, and it's a tough game. Bath have turned up, and I think it's taken a bit of shock, but you know, we're still in the game, and it's a very good spectacle to watch.
There's no doubt they've turned up, which is something that you guys didn't do in the first 10 minutes. Northumbria looked shell-shocked.
Yeah, I just looked a bit lethargic around the field. I think it's something we try to fix or so, and to be fair to the boys, they've patched that up, and the last 20 or 10 minutes or so they've really put their hands up.
Yeah, you're not usually slow starters, so what would have been the reaction behind the post? Don't panic, go through the processes, we'll be fine. Is that sort of the conversation?
Yeah, just keeping our heads, just keeping our heads in the game and just taking moment by moment. I think that's the main message we'll probably be going through the team. Yeah, just being in the moment and what we can control next, that's it.
Okay, so it's been a frenetic game, to say the least, and one thing from Northumbria, your error count's been quite high. You haven't been executing to the high levels that we're used to, that is in terms of kicking and in passing. Is that a touch of nerves because of what's at stake this evening?
I don't think so at all. I think it's just took it as a very slow start for us. I think it was just mental. You can see by the boys just looked real slow, so to get around the pitch. It's something that we fixed in the last 10 minutes, like I said before, but I don't think it's to do with anything like that. We're just focusing on this game.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Northumbria here, but it was really moments of magic from Bath there at the start. They've got really, really impressive backs and their handling. They've come here to play. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, we knew they were a real good outfit, and you know, we just against a team like Bath, if you make mistakes like that, they're going to punish you, and they surely did.
Yeah, since then though, you've strangled possession and pretty much had Bath manacled in their own 22. Your retention has been very, very impressive. Is that something you particularly work on?
Yeah, I think it's something that I could see from the sidelines, and so the boys just adapting to the game plan and to the changes during the game or so. Like Bath have come out firing and they've put some real pressure on us, and so I think we've had to change on the run.
Okay, one thing that's very impressive as well is the amount of energy that you've consistently put through the half. Obviously the start wasn't great, but you've been relentless ever since then, and none more so than Ollie Robinson, your captain. He's so impressive. He has so many meaningful impacts in a game, and that 40, he must have carried, what, 15 times?
Yeah, no, he's a real good player. You can't speak highly of him. You know, he's a good leader and a great player, leads by example, and he's putting his hands up and leading the team through today.
Okay, Bath have done very well to stop you slinging it wide to your danger men, your go-to attacking play. But when you did get it to your wide men, I know it was in the infield, maybe a hint of a forward pass there from Bragman to Muir, but he gets his hands on the ball and he scores.
Yeah, it just shows the man of danger we've got outside, and to be fair to Bath, have stopped us from getting there, and so I think it's something we need to take into the second half and adjust to. But yeah, when you give the ball to boys like Will Muir, they carve up.
Yeah, so Will crashing over there, that's his 11th try of the season, and that actually breaks the record for individual tries scored in a season, overtaking from Tom Lauday, the Exeter captain from last year, who turned out for Exeter Chiefs actually just the other weekend in the Anglo Welsh. So potentially a very bright future for Will Muir to follow in those footsteps.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. He's got all the talent in the world. He works hard, so all the luck to him, and I'm just happy he's on my team.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've spoken about Bath starting fast, but what impressed you about them throughout that half? I know that they've gone in down, but it certainly doesn't really feel like that.
Just from my point of view, they seem to spread the field quite well, and their line speed is very, very good. So, like you said before, they're stopping us from getting to the outside, and they're just some big hits going there, aggressive defense, and they're just feeding off our mistakes. And we knew that was going to happen, but we just went there the first 10 minutes or so.
When they've had the ball, they've scored. So where do you perceive their threats for when they do get the ball? Because there is going to be a period when they do get another opportunity.
I think just from set piece wise and stuff like that, their pack's going to get them to go forward. And when you give boys like Levi Davies out there a bit of space, they will execute. So we've just got to stop them at the gain line. I think that's the main thing for our pack.
Yeah, one big negative for Bath though is their set piece is misfiring quite badly. They've lost 3 line-outs on the trot. Are you disappointed that you haven't been able to punish that ball more? Because fast backs love transition ball, but they seem to be shepherding you to the touchline, using the touchline as that 16th defender, and you're not breaking through with the ease that I'd expect.
Yeah, it's frustrating for the boys. Yeah, it's just one of those days, I think, but fair play to Bath. They come up firing, and they're a good side, and they've stopped us. They limited our chances with a good defense and good line speed. So I think it's going to be a real, battle back and forth right until the 80th minute.
Okay, so what are the messages that Darren is delivering in the sheds?
I think he'll just be talking to the boys, just saying calm heads, we're still in this, but I think it may be a change of plan or so in terms of how we play in the next half.
Okay, so you think there could be a tactical change?
Yeah, possibly or so. They're spreading the field very well, so maybe just earning the right to go wide or so, just having a look at other ways of getting to the try line.
Earning the right to go wide. That's a classic there, George. An absolute classic. Okay, so you've got 3 tries. So the bonus points in the offing, is that going to be on the mind as well?
Yeah. Hopefully, what we got to do our job first. Like I said before, got to earn the right to get behind and get those points, but we just need to do the simple things and just be in the moment.
And from Bath's point of view, what do you think that they're going to be doing differently in the second half?
I don't know, probably just keep it the same or so for them, just to keep the line speed, just feed off our pressure, and maybe just play a bit more in our half or so.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a big message for them.
Okay, let's talk about firepower from the bench. Who have you got that you can bring on and make a big impact, potential game changers or people to shore things up?
We've got a lot of boys on the bench ready to go, and as soon as one person drops out, we've got good enough players to come up and step up and add some energy, like Yari Fantini and Jake Rogers. There's some real energetic boys to add some glimpses to the game, hopefully.
I'm glad you brought up Yari Fantini, because he's been involved in England Sevens. I was talking to their strength and conditioning coach about him today. He's got a background in judo, I understand, right, yeah. And he's an absolute monster in the contact area, I've been told.
Yeah, he's a very flexible boy. I've seen him fall in positions that usually would end some careers, but he's a very flexible boy, yes.
Apparently he's thrown down the gauntlet to the S&C for England 7, saying that he wants to take him on for a wrestle and teach him a lesson. Yeah,
he's a confident boy, but yeah, he's a very good player, and he does like to get in and around the ruck area, so hopefully you get to see him out today.
And am I right in saying that he runs a couple of club nights in Newcastle as well?
I think, yeah, he does a little bit of that on the side or so.
So he's a good man to know on and off the pitch.
He's a good boy overall, yeah, all around.
Good player and a good clubman, that's what we like to see. Okay, right, so as you can see in the background, the players are just beginning to emerge. The crowd is beginning to roar. Everything is to play for. Northumbria have fought back to claw themselves back into the lead. But Bath, their story isn't finished in this match, and we're in for a cracking second 40. It's over to you, Scotty. Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, Joe. I'm sure the players will have enjoyed getting some warmth during the half-time break. Alex Burridge of Bath will get us underway for the second half. He sends that one high into the night sky. Collected well by Josh Bragman, his opposite number. The scores starting this second half: Northumbria 20 points to Bath's 14. The home side looking to try and extend their lead and perhaps surmount some pressure on Exeter's Summit at the top of the table.
Yes, boy, brilliant. I fall of the moon.
Two tries each.
I didn't want to tell you about it.
Will Partington and Luca Petrozzi. In the first half of Bath. Levi Davis getting in on the action at the start of this second half. Da Costa taking into contact, well tackled by Suva Masai. Jack Davis trying to go on his own. He finds his number 9 compatriot Petrozzi, try scorer in the first half. Burridge comes in at 9.
Yeah, I know.
Finds Darren Jones. Jones in the blue scrum hat goes to the ground. Petrozzi back on his feet, picking out Mike Snook. Snook trying to find a gap in the Northumbria defence. Burridge sent backwards by Newstead. A ferocious start to this second half. Both teams with high tempo in attack and in defence.
What? 5 who?
Doughty into contact just outside the Northumbria 22. Da Costa trying to rumble his way into the Northumbria 22.
No, Black!
Northumbria sending Bath backwards though this time. Change of direction for Luca Petrozzi. Struggling to find a gap.
Davey,
Costa, the front row, finds himself out on the wing.
Not going anywhere, are we? Whoa.
Big number 4, Scott Russell, finds a gap. James Christie trying to take his man down. Petrozzi to Burridge. Burridge trying to spin this one wide into the hands of Partington. Can Partington get his second? What an offload! And Levi Davis goes in on the corner. Will Partington, who scored a try in the first half. Well, what a little outside break and a great offload into the hands of Levi Davis. And a ferocious start to this second half from Bath, just as if we were back at the start of this game. We'll look at the replay here. Petrozzi picks out Burridge. Burridge, look at this lovely flat pass to Partington. Great offload to Levi Davis. Levi Davis, well, he looks delighted with that one. The man who recently signed a Bath Academy contract.
5.
A great start to this
5.
second half
Are you okay?
by the University of Bath.
Back towards the blue line. Thank you,
Will
sir.
Partington will have an opportunity to get his
Yes, I know.
third conversion of the game.
He's got about 35
100%
seconds.
success rate kicking so far. Bath, who sits 7th out of 9 in the BUCS Super Rugby table. Powered by Yoti, they're on 22 points. 4 points behind
It is, look at it.
last year's champions Hartbury in 6th. So Partington with an opportunity here to put Bath back in front. Less than 5 minutes played in this second half.
Let's go, mate.
And we could be in
Thumbs up.
for a barnstorming final 35 minutes or so.
Yes.
Great strike by Will Partington, and Bath are back in the lead at the start of this second half. So Josh Bragman will need to send this one long. High up into the night sky, collected by Bath's Craig Duncan. Craig Duncan not resting on Bath's laurels, straight up the pitch, trying to get into this Northumbria half. Petrozzi finds Scott Russell in the midfield. Well tackled by Northumbria, and it's been ripped and stolen. Ollie Robinson trying to come down this near touchline. Masai running straight over Levi Davis, the try scorer. Christie, flat ball into the hands of Jamie Ross. Ollie Robinson into contact, supported by Elwood. Christie with some quick ball. Bragman,
Paul, you got that?
change of direction for him. Masai back on this near touchline.
Thanks, mate.
Not trying to go down the outside, but he's broken through a couple of tackles. Christie, long winding pass into the hands of Robinson. Centre of field now, just outside the Bath 22. Great offload here into the hands of the try scorer, Bordill still going here, he needs some support, tackled 4 metres or so outside the Bath try line. Christie sends that one wide and it's going in the corner, and Will Muir on the opposite wing with his second try of this game, his 12th of the season, and that puts him solely at the top of the BUCS Super Rugby all-time try scoring lists. Well, what a response from Northumbria. Bath snatched the lead from their grasp just a few moments ago, but Northumbria, that's perhaps what they were missing in the first half. Some intensity and ability to break through tackles and find the space in close quarters when they were getting into the red zone. A great few fends here from George Bordill, the Northumbria number 6. Look at this for a pass from James Christie, flashing right in front of Will Hughes, the Bath right wing, and it is the other right winger, Will Muir, for Northumbria.
They're winning now, I think. What's the score? What's the score?
He managed to dot over the try line. A great response
21 to black.
for the home side.
Yep.
And Bragman
$10 he kicks it. $10 he kicks it.
will look to put this one away
Well, because he's going to kick it, doesn't mean he'll
here
get
during
post, does it?
this BUCS Super Rugby round 14 fixture,
Still kick it, won't he?
powered by Yoti.
I'm talking to a kid, mate.
Great to have their support for the rest of this season and well into next season.
We've got replacing Sam. Sit back, mate, enjoy it. No.
Huge strike,
Yeah. Go.
but unsuccessful conversion
We got
for Josh Bragman, the first he's missed this
11,
evening. So
40,
Northumbria lead 25 points to
7.
Bath 21, 47 minutes on the clock. Well,
We got everyone, Sam.
what a start to this second half.
Dave, what?
Under the last fixture between these two sides, also a high scoring affair. Bath on the losing
Is that
side
Sam?
that time, 27 points to 39. Northumbria coming away winners.
I know, crazy, eh?
Burridge
I wonder.
sent long into the hands of Ollie Robinson. Robinson crashing out of his 22.
Yeah, sorry.
Christie,
I knew it was knock on, I had to ask.
and the referee not happy with that.
Sorry, Paul. Yeah, I was just making a score, but
Looks as if it's going to be a scrum to Bath, a knock on from Ollie Robinson of Northumbria at the breakdown.
let's go.
It's a good platform for Bath to build on here. They try and regain the lead. Centre field just outside the 22. Temperature here in the northeast seems to just keep on going down, as it has been doing all afternoon and all evening. That's a bit of respite for these cold players in the front row as they pack down, share some warmth. Bath here looking to go down this near side. Burridge into contact, looking for some quick ball. Petrozzi choosing not to use the full width of the pitch.
2 knock-ons. First by blue, second by black. Scrum down, black ball. Righto. I'm not, I'm just asking.
So, a scrum to Northumbria. Centre field on the 22-metre line. James Christie with the put in.
Crouch. Bind.
Looks as if
Set. Hold.
Yuri Fantini has come on for Northumbria. That flanker in place
Four coming your way,
of
sunshine.
Matt Solway. Christie
Yeah, let's go.
with the grubber though, trying to clear his lines.
No, come back, come back.
Partington struggling to collect that one, but he goes
Jouet.
into midfield, hits the Northumbria wall.
You had one
Bath
hand
with a
left, buddy.
penalty.
You need to release. 19 black.
Northumbria not
19
releasing.
Black, release.
So Burridge
You can't leave one hand and look like two.
will try and send this one long, put some pressure
Blue.
on this Northumbria line out.
You gotta get that hand off of me.
Good kick, that solid
You gotta get both off.
touch finder.
9
Line out
blue!
to
9!
Bath, 30 metres out.
Have I got it? Why? Oh yes, I knew, I saw it. Thank you, Black.
James Christie there, influential in this Northumbria
in.
team.
Get in, boys.
Marshals his forwards brilliantly. Going to need to do so here in defence. Taken by Bath. Will Flynn on for them at scrum half in place of the try scorer Petrozzi. Will Flynn in at fly half here. Interchange between him and Burridge. Flynn not releasing.
He released, went back on it.
Not the best impact for him. Didn't really have any support from his forwards at the breakdown.
Hey, Black released and
So
went back.
Bragman sends that one well into the Bath half.
Yes.
Another opportunity for them to extend their lead.
You sir. Boys, step.
Bragman, 2 penalties, 2 conversions
Hold on, hold.
in this game, total of 10 points for him. Puts him on
brilliant, thank you.
112 points in the BUCS Super Rugby this season. Good line-out ball from Northumbria. Ollie Robinson going in, support of Fantini. Replacement back rower. Bobbing and weaving, here comes Howarth. Howarth with a fend off of Will Flynn. Howarth looks as if he's going to go all the way, and Howarth does indeed. A fine score from the Northumbria fullback.
Thanks, mate.
A good fend as he coasted his way into this near corner.
Oh.
And Northumbria, well, they have the wind in their sails. A few substitutions for them have certainly made a difference. Rory Howarth. Look here. Bragman just skipping past 1 or 2 defenders. A fend from Howarth. Ball in one hand. And an easy score for him in the end. His first try of the game. Northumbria's 4th. That's a bonus point for them.
What's he doing catching you in the air?
So Bragman missed his last shot at goal. Be looking to do a little bit better this time round. Bath, who started both halves brilliantly, perhaps just beginning to succumb to the pressure and pure quality this Northumbria side.
Yes, no.
Off the post for Bragman, his second miss of the game.
Yes.
So the score here on 54 minutes of this BUCS Super Rugby powered by Yoti fixture. Northumbria lead 30 points to Bath's 21. Looks to be another change for Bath.
When you're ready, Ken.
And I think that's Rhys Davis come on in place of Deryn Jones. Quick clearance from Bragman. No messing about there. It will be a line out for Bath. 35 metres out from the Northumbria try line. Levi Davis, the try scorer at the start of this half.
Leave the man alone here. I don't want a penalty just to do it.
Very powerful, isn't it? Got wheels for days. Hot step or two, so perhaps we'll see him come into the midfield here. Try and break through a few tackles. Stolen at the line out by Northumbria. Newstead palming off a few tackles.
I just had to see what happened there.
Scrum down to Bath and knock on
Scrum down. The ball ended up there.
from Northumbria. Will Flynn, the Bath replacement scrum half, will have the put in. Will Flynn named on the bench for the Cov Rugby development side tomorrow, so his skills, which have been showcased in this season's BUCS Super Rugby, certainly not going unnoticed
Set.
in
Hold.
the wider rugby circles. Solid line out from Bath. Flynn picks out Duncan to Burridge. Partington, the try scorer, finds an outside break here. Partington, a great run for Will Partington and a great score indeed. Superb response from Bath. Well, Aaron James at the start of the game
26.
said that they would be looking to do just that, get it into the outside channels.
Yes, I know.
And a fine individual score from Will Partington. His second try of this game. Dive like Tom Daly as he put that one down. And he had a chance to convert his own try for the second time in this game. Quick ball from Will Flynn to Craig Duncan off the back of the scrum. Duncan to Burridge. Burridge, lovely pass into the 5 metre channel to Will Partington, and Will Partington, well, the fullback did the rest. It wasn't an easy score. He had to break through 2 or 3 tackles. A chance for him here to close the gap between Northumbria and Bath. 57 minutes played. The game here at Kingston Park, Friday Night Lights, it's really beginning to open up in this second half. Tough kick for the right-footed Partington.
No.
Didn't sound happy with that one. Tough kick indeed. Commentator's curse perhaps. Bath trail by 4 points. Northumbria lead 30 points to 26.
Blue one.
Will Partington there, 25 metres out or so, shrugs off the tackles.
One.
A good fend.
One.
Lovely dive to suit.
5th time.
Remember, you can get in touch on Twitter, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. This is round 14 of BUCS Super Rugby, powered by Yoti. Taken by Duncan.
You step right across and jump.
The referee, though, not very happy with Mike Snook there, seemed to be
6 blew up.
obstructing the Northumbrian chasers. So options here for Northumbria, and they are going to go for the posts. 3 points will put them a converted try away from Bath.
You were nowhere near it.
With a quarter of the game left to go.
Oh,
Certainly keeping the scoreboard ticking over.
21, boys, 21.
The right option.
21 left.
Josh Bragman and his Northumbrian teammates straight in front of the posts. Should be fairly simple
Yes, that was blue 6.
for a man of his capability.
Yep.
Soft for Bath though to give away 3 points needlessly. Bragman, 4 out of 6 in this game so far. Chance to extend Northumbria's lead. And that has been missed. Not a particularly windy night.
Shut up.
Not the best of kick from Northumbria's Josh Bragman.
No more walking around. I think they've got 22 points extra too.
So Alex Burridge
I'm just talking, sorry. Oh! Get on!
will take
that
the
13
22
again?
dropout.
My God, 13.
Sends that one into the Northumbria half. Christie over to Berg. Lewis Berg, the number 13, collects his own dink over the top of the Bath defensive line. A great option from the outside centre. Christie finding Ross.
Thank you, 4.
Number 9 to 10. Howarth, the try scorer, trying to kick into the corner. Charged down by Mike Snook of Bath. Christie into the hands of Mike Walton for Northumbria. The captain, Robinson, coming down this near side. Christie trying to be chased down by Will Flynn, his opposite man, but it's number 22, the substitute right wing for Northumbria, who goes in for his first try of the game, Aidan Maloney.
Come on.
Aidan Maloney, the England University Sevens in 2017, showing his speed there. Great support
Blue player anyway.
after the break from Ollie Robinson by James Christie. Let's have a look at this again. Robinson, great support by the number 9, James Christie. Lovely one-handed offload into the midfield. And Maloney doing the rest. Northumbria are cooking. Five tries now for them. Bragman makes no mistake with that one. 61 minutes played and Northumbria lead 37 points to Bath's 26.
No, that's fine.
Bath just beginning to tire slightly after a great start to this second half. Josh Bragman, 5 from 8 shots at goal in this game so far. Burridge sending this one long. Christie collects well and sends it straight back. That's not gone into touch, so Partington in the midfield, a dink over the top himself, tries to chase his own kick here. Collected by Bragman. Quick step back inside into the hands of Berg. Berg fending off the tackler, Partington from Bath. Christie finding his number 10, Josh Bragman. Josh Bragman being lifted in the air in the tackle there. Northumbria needing a bit more support at the breakdown. Over the top, being chased down on that left wing. Nat Lunt, the tackler for Northumbria.
19, get on! Use that!
Will Flynn just marshalling his forward, trying to set a platform from which he can clear. That's into the hands of Howarth. Howarth, 3 blue shirts in front of him, manages to get the ball away to Nat Lunt. Nat Lunt back.
Release!
Straight into the throat
You are the tackler for...
of the Bath defensive line. Some big hits coming in once again from David DeCosta, the Bath front row. Bragman down this near side, trying to pick out Masai with the offload, but doesn't quite find the space to do so. Christie to Newstead.
Keep working.
Competitive on the floor. Christie, though, sees the space over the back of this Bath defensive line. Off the head of Charlie Dunbar, it looked to be there.
Played. It's played.
Don't see that very often.
What a weird series of events.
Into the hands of Bath now. Burridge sending that one into space. Well covered, though, by Howard, the try-scoring Northumbria fullback. A little grubber. Doesn't come off his foot as nice as he would have liked.
Yes, what?
That's going to be a line out to Bath
3
inside the Northumbria half.
3 blue.
And that frantic period of play
Right, jump
comes
off.
to an abrupt end. Few replacements
guys.
coming on in the front row. Seems as if James Hadfield and Austin Hay, former London Irish man, coming in at the front row.
Big fella. Just remember, you're the tackler, you got to release.
Bath just getting some treatment. The referee checking everybody's all right. Been a well-marshalled game this evening. This BUCS Super Rugby round 14 fixture powered by Yoti. Northumbria lead 37 points to Bath's 26. Great start to this second half. Levi Davis, the Bath left wing,
19, yep.
going over in the bottom corner. Immediate response almost by
Nice
Northumbria
over
with Will Muir
15.
getting his
sir.
record-breaking
Thank you.
second try.
Blue on the line.
Rory Howarth following
Blue
that
on the
up
line.
shortly afterwards, not to be outdone by his right-wing compatriot, and Aidan Maloney, the replacement right-wing,
Knock forward.
with the most recent try of the game for Northumbria.
Went forward, back, forward.
The referee
Into
not
the
happy
man.
with that line-out, so
Scrum.
Northumbria with the put-in at the scrum.
It's all in.
15 metres in from this near touch line, 40 metres out from their own try line.
Thanks, Paul.
Plenty of space out on this pitch now.
Ball.
A few tired legs creating a couple more holes where there wouldn't have been so many in the first half. Fantastic 4G pitch here at Kingston Park.
Bind.
Creating a very fast track for some running try-scoring rugby, and we've seen plenty of scores.
Enthusiasm, son.
Nine tries in total.
That's a new prop there, Paul.
So James Christie,
Bind.
he got 3 tries versus Bath
Set.
back in October. Not yet on the score sheet this evening.
Stay nine.
Marshall his forwards very well though. Ollie Robinson off the base of the scrum. Bragman sending that one long into space over the head of Will Partington. That's rolling deep. And that is into touch.
It was already out.
7 or 8 metres out from the Bath try line. A fantastic kick by Josh Bragman. Putting boot to ball, something he is exceptional at. One of the standout players in this league for doing so. When you consider the depth of talent the BUCS Super Rugby League has in it this season, that says something. So Bath under pressure here on their own try line. Hadfield,
Hold.
replacement hooker with the line out, well taken by
9. Hold.
Jack Davis,
Get
the Bath
back.
number 8. Bath trying to surge forward.
Yes.
Referee not very happy. So
That's why I asked you to
Alex
stay. It hadn't
Burridge
gone off the mark. You need to stay.
we'll make the most of this.
The ball's not gone.
Send it long.
The ball's not gone. You can't run.
Not gone into touch. And Bragman looks to go on his own. Pass not gone to hand, so it's into the hands of Howarth. Howarth down that far touchline, 5 metres in. Great offload by Robinson into the hands of Walton. Walton crashing up. Bragman, wow, that looked forward into the hands of Yuri Fantini.
Flat as a daisy.
The referee yells play on. Robinson choosing to go on his own through the middle of the ruck.
Ball is there.
Christie to Bragman. Bragman skipping forward, sideways, backwards. Runs straight into Bath's Will Flynn.
No. Oh, good hit. Great hit.
George Williams on the field now for Northumbria.
He won
That
feet.
hooker.
Clearly off
Into
his
contact goes Suvamasai.
feet. Yeah.
Newstead into contact. Penalty to Bath.
Lion. Straight off his feet.
So the boys in blue can take a breath. Northumbria certainly seem to have the momentum. The turn in play now. Alex Burridge kicks it long, and his side
at the scrum over there,
will have a line out on the Northumbria 22. So a chance here for Bath.
Black 15.
Less than 15 minutes to play here at Kingston Park. Try and claw back this score, perhaps get within a losing bonus point range, perhaps. Still plenty of time left to play. Over the top of the line out.
Not straight. Option. Scrum.
And Northumbria will have the scrum on their own 22, 15 metres in from this near touch line.
Yes. Long binds. Maintain a height. All day. Yeah. It's not night, it's all day.
Game
Out.
just mellowing down in the last few moments.
Yeah.
A frantic
Crouch.
first 20 minutes to this second half.
Bind. Set. Hold. Where's Blue's angle
James
there,
Christie
Dave?
with the putting at the scrum.
We're playing.
Bath sending the Northumbria pack
Very
backwards.
bad angle, wasn't he?
Bragman puts that one long again, collected by Partington. Partington on his own, trying to find a gap. Darts forwards, then sideways, needs some support. Bath still in possession.
No one behind him.
Cleared by Burridge.
In front of you.
Bragman
Black.
up and under from him, chased. Not collected by Will Flynn, and Bragman
Look.
has the ball again for Northumbria. It's ended up in a Bath pair of hands. James Hadfield, to be exact. And the referee has deemed that Bragman knocked it on.
9. 13.
So Bath
Blue 13.
will have the put in at the scrum.
Blue
15
13.
metres in
9 minutes. Captain.
from the far touch line.
9 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes to play here in this BUCS Super Rugby powered by Yoti round 14 fixture.
9 minutes.
Tonight we've been at Kingston Park for Northumbria versus Bath.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Will Flynn with the put in. Just seen how powerful this
Bind.
Bath pack were
Boys.
sending Northumbria backwards.
We didn't have this problem in the first half. You guys have come on.
They'll be
and here we
hoping for
are.
more of the same.
Get us sorted.
They've
Yeah?
got some huge muscle men on as replacements.
Crouch.
So Will Flynn, second time of
Bind.
asking,
Set. Hold.
put in at the scrum. Hoping for a better platform this time round.
K9.
Solid shove by the boys in blue.
Dave.
They go down the short side. Will Flynn popping it out into the hands of Partington, the double try scorer for Bath. He's being held up. Is he thrown into touch? No, he's still in. Flynn
What? You say?
picking out Scott Russell, his second row. Burridge now comes into play. Out to Will Hughes off his right wing down this near touchline. Will Flynn back in at scrum half. Burridge
Thank you too.
to Austin Hay. Austin Hay shipping that one wide
There you go.
back into the hands of Partington.
His feet.
Side to side from Bath at the moment. Building up some tempo nicely, but needing a bit more go forward in the next few passages of play. Mike Snook crashed into contact. Hughes throwing that one out wide. It's fumbled by Finn Murphy. Replacement back for Bath.
Get up.
He's come on at 13 in place of Charlie Dunbar. Pause in play here. Well, a couple of the Northumbria players. I think that looks as if it's Jamie Ross getting a bit of treatment. Referee just going over to check he's okay. Seems to have got a bit of pain in his shoulder, but fingers crossed he's okay.
Sam?
Been a tough contest up front for both sides this evening.
What's the score?
9 tries scored.
37-26.
Northumbria lead. Less than 7 minutes left to play. 37 points to 26. You would expect at this stage of the game that Bath are out of it.
Which is the props anyway? It's 18, isn't it? 16! 16! 18!
Bath currently down in 7th out of 9 on the BUCS Super Rugby League table.
I talked to you both already. That's the scrum over there.
They won't move any higher
Longer
past
line, get it
Hartbury
straight. Yeah?
after tonight's
Okay,
result. Their next game,
Knock on. By blue.
well, where they'll be hoping
Black
to get a
ball.
win next week, well, on Wednesday, 7th of February, at
I
home
wasn't talking about the grass.
versus Nottingham Trent University. Nottingham Trent lost 10 out of 10 so far, only picking up 2 losing bonus points en route. Northumbria,
Bind.
well, they are home
Set.
to Hartbury next Friday, the 9th of February,
Station.
where Hartbury will be hoping to upset the apple cart once again, as they did on Wednesday night at home versus Exeter.
What is it? Paul, you alright?
Looking to play fast though, once again is Northumbria. Jack Rogers just throwing a loose pass as it bundled off the shoulder of Nat Lunt.
Scrum.
So a good opportunity for Northumbria to extend their lead. They're not quite clinical enough, so Bath with the put in at the scrum. Another big shove for them. Certainly been
Not
the
bothered.
dominant area in the second half. The likes of James Hadfield and Austin Hay coming in off the bench,
Bind.
paying
Set.
dividends
Hold.
for the boys in blue. Good scrum once again. Will Flynn finding Burridge. Hughes coming in off his wing in the midfield.
It's going nowhere, man.
Craig Duncan cutting, slicing in through the middle. Around the back goes Finn Murphy. Finn Murphy into contact.
There's a gap.
Big number 20 goes James Catlin. Almost looks as if he was breaking away there. Fumbled at the breakdown. The referee though, penalty to Bath. Bath looking to go quickly.
8 black, sorry, in the side.
Will Flynn is going to send this one long. Perhaps not quite long enough, not accurate enough.
Oh, go on, Aiden. Go, Aiden.
Aidan Maloney.
4-4.
Into contact. Michael Walton straight into the middle of field. Christie to Bragman. Bragman dinks over the top. It's being chased here hard, but it's collected by fullback from Bath, Will Partington. Will Partington picking out Finn Murphy. Finn Murphy on this left wing, trying to stand up his opposite man, Aidan Maloney. Doesn't manage to do so. Good tackle by the replacement right wing for Northumbria. Bath through the midfield via Rhys Davies. Burridge to Duncan. Duncan, change of direction, back into traffic for him. Supported well by Austin Hay. Levi Davis coming into action now. Into contact for him. Try scorer. He kicked off the scoring at the start of this second half. Flynn to Hay. Hay on his own. He needs some support here.
6 black.
Yuri Fantini Trying to mess things up for Bath at the breakdown. Will Hughes coming in off his wing now. Bath trying to throw everything at Northumbria. Jack Davis, great pick and go from him at the base of the ruck. James Catlin on his own.
Still playing. Penalty advantage.
Austin Hay, the link man between 9 and 10.
Brilliant. I'm coming back.
Bath needing some support. The referee though coming back for the earlier infringement.
6. Never onside.
So penalty to Bath. Burridge,
I'm joking, just go.
rather Will Partington, going to kick for the corner.
Yep.
He does so stupendously.
3.
Bath will have a line out 5 metres from
3 and 5.
the Northumbria
Off the back, please.
try line.
Hold.
And I'm delighted to tell you
No, they got replacements on. Just chill.
that BUCS Super Rugby Yoti player of the match goes to the Northumbria
Wait till they're
captain
in.
Oliver Robinson. He's been influential throughout the game. Absolute talisman.
Hold.
Not stopped carrying throughout. Joe Burns will have a chat with him after the game. But Bath here trying to get one last score at the end of the game here. Big shove from their forwards on their own, got it over the line, and that is a try for Bath. And that is Mike Snook with a try.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Q.
At the death here for Bath.
Just go.
So let's have a look at that again. Great ball off the top of the line out.
Yep, it's time.
James Hadfield marshalling things at the back.
It's time.
But it's into the hands at this stage of Will Snook, and you're not going to stop him from 2 metres.
Yes.
Despite the challenge
What did he say?
of Northumbria.
Yeah. What did he say? Someone.
The 10th try of this game.
I'm sure it was accidental. Or anything.
5 from either side.
Rugby players wouldn't do that.
But it's a couple of extra penalties that Northumbria have accrued over the full 80 minutes that have put them in front. Will Partington, a chance here to get his 4th conversion of the game. Our clock just ticking over 80 minutes there. Not 100% accurate. This could well be the final play of the game. Will Partington off the tee. Conversion for Mike Snook's try.
Lovely nudge.
That dissects the uprights. And that is the final play of the game.
Thanks, 15. Thanks, Cap.
Well, a fantastic contest all in all. At the start of this fixture, you'd have perhaps written down Northumbria as your team to win. And indeed they have, 37 points to 33.
Huh? I don't know.
But a valiant
I don't keep scores.
University of Bath effort.
Great game. Thanks.
They scored 5 tries. A blistering start to the first half, a blistering start to the second half. But Northumbria's quality and consistency throughout the game certainly paying dividends in the end. Will Muir, record breaker in this game. 2 tries for him, can't stop scoring at the moment. Now scored 12 tries this season, and those 2 tries also put him top of the BUCS Super Rugby all-time lists with 16. I'm sure supporters and players, as well as the referee, will be delighted to get inside. It's a very chilly one up here in the northeast. Remember, these 2 teams next week's Bath play host to Nottingham Trent, whilst Northumbria a week today, Friday Night Lights once again take on Hartbury at Kingston Park. Levi Davis at the start of this second half got the ball rolling once again. Will Muir, immediate response for Northumbria. Rory Howarth following that one up, followed by the replacement right wing Aidan Maloney for Northumbria. But it was Mike Snook, strong game from him, in the engine room for Bath, getting the final score. Will Partington with 2 tries, 4 conversions. Josh Bragman, 3 conversions and 2 penalties. And I think now we're going to join Joe Burns and George Wakoki pitch side. For a bit of a roundup of this BUCS Super Rugby Round 14 game, powered by Yoti. I'm sure he'll be having a chat with Darren Fern and Ollie Robinson, the winning captain and player of the match for this evening. So over to Joe.
Well, another absorbing BUCS fixture comes to a close here at Kingston Park, with Northumbria the victors 37-33. George has joined me once again. What are the emotions during that game and when the final whistle's gone?
Pretty much like a roller coaster. It's a bit up and down at points. It was good to get the win, obviously. I'm very proud of the boys, but you know, Bath gave us a real competition right there, and it was a very hard-fought win.
It's really in the balance throughout. I mean, you just said to me if that game was another 5 minutes longer, it would have made for a very, very uncomfortable time for you.
Yeah, it seemed like the momentum was going Bath's way, but luckily it's 80 minutes.
Yeah, you couldn't seem to find a killer blow with them, and that has happened with a couple of teams. It happened with Loughborough a couple of weeks ago. Is that something that you've talked about working on?
Yeah, it's something we're currently working on at the moment. Like you said, I think it's just lapse in concentration here and there. The boys, the effort's there. It's just concentration. Like, we keep dropping at certain points, which you can tell. Like, fair play to Bath, they punished us for those lacks of concentration. Yeah.
No one's doubting the amount of effort that went into that game, that's for sure. Well, we're going to pull up some of the highlights of those tries. You could talk us through where it went wrong, when Bath went over, and also the good stuff that Northumbria were doing.
Yeah, Bath with front ball. They managed to, the space was out wide, front foot ball. They did well to spread it, and then obviously they had
danger man Levi.
Yeah, exactly.
As you mentioned, and you guys starting slowly again, just like you did in the first half.
Yeah, it's something that we're trying to work on at the moment, but you know, just a bit of lapse of concentration, like I said before, and yeah, they scored.
But then in times of need, you can always call on your arch try scorer, Will Muir.
Yeah, it just seems to be in the right spot at the right time here. It just works hard off his wing and just manages to get the end of this try. So
that try takes him to 12, pretty much leaving you in his dust with regards to wing try scorers.
Yeah, I think he's, I'm on 6 now, so yeah, I've got a lot to do.
We had a great individual try coming up, which then stretched the lead from your fullback, Rory Howarth.
No, it's a good play here. So we just, before the game or so, we just had a look at their blind side coming back, and worked out like a treat for us here.
Yeah, he comes around the corner nicely with a big telescopic don't argue on the covering tackle.
No, he's got some gas to burn, Rory Howarth. Yeah, just backs himself here, and just, yeah.
You got to have good gas when you got a set of wheels like that. But then for Bath, the really impressive Will Partington got another try. He impressed me throughout.
Yeah.
He's a back three player, so you'd know a lot about him.
No, it was a good player. It was a good try, good individual try. Poor tackles from the boys, but fair play to him. Like, he still had to finish it off, and he did that job very well.
So they're back in it, 30-26 at this stage. But then substitute winger comes on.
No, it was a good play from Ollie to break through, saw the space, offload to Christie, and then James puts Aiden through.
Yeah, good support play. Is that he's coming back from a little bit of an injury? Do I understand? Right?
Yeah, he's just got picked up a little bit of injury, but yeah, it seems to be fine at the moment.
And then after much pressure and a bit of grit and grunt, Bath finally get across here.
Yeah, just at this stage of the game, it looked like Bath were momentum-wise, it was swinging their way, and you know, it was deserved from them. But it's just the same thing again, just lack of concentration, and now fair play to Bath. They gritted that one out.
Yeah, and they raced back to the halfway line after that. They're all ready for the kick-off. So some urgent conversations happening behind the post. What will Ollie have been saying to the chaps there?
I think a bit of a hiding or so. Just can't be letting points in like that in the late stages of the game. But you know, we got the win, and I think that's the most important thing.
Very much so. Just to clear up a little bit of housekeeping, I misinformed you at the top of the programme when I said that Northumbria needed to win by 22 points or more to go number 1. Ignore me, I know nothing. The tiebreaker when sides are level in this tournament is the head-to-head between the side that they have played. And Northumbria are currently beating Exeter on the head-to-head. They played twice, so the league is now actually in your hands. If you 5-point it all the way in every game, Exeter can't overtake you now.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's pretty cool that, but we'll just take it game by game, and we're just looking forward to our next game against RUGBY, and we're just going to completely focus on that.
You going to be back for RUGBY?
Fingers crossed, hopefully, yes.
Fingers crossed. Well, look, it's been awesome having you on, George. You are welcome back anytime, but we'd rather see you tearing it up on the field of play, so go get yourself fit and healthy.
Thank you very much.
Which is the perfect time to bring in man of the match, Ollie Robinson. Well played, sir.
Thank you, cheers.
Quite a tense game. BUCS don't do boring games, do they?
No. There's a lot of points scored, and you know, it's entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect performance by any stretch of the imagination from you guys. What pleased you? What disappointed you?
Yeah, we were good in the middle chunk. It was just you know, especially to begin with, we obviously letting those 2 early tries, which was disappointing. You know, we got to look at our defence, and but on the positive, our attacks, yeah, it was firing. But we just need to make sure we don't concede as many points. But yeah, we get there.
Yeah, you just couldn't find the lethal injection to put that Bath side away. That's also indicative of how they came out and played today. From the word go, they wanted it.
Yeah, no, fair play to Bath. It's a long way up. We've done the journey down there. It's a horrible bus journey, as is every journey. But you know, fair play. They turned up, and they put in a good show. And
your performance personally, mate, you've got a Rolls-Royce engine in there. You can put your hand up to carry at any opportunity, organising, tackling. Huge energy out there.
Yeah, no, I was quite happy. You know, that's my role, isn't it? Just get on the ball as much as possible and try and organise and defend. So, you know, that's what I love doing. I'm blessed I've got good lads around me.
Were you starting to run out of inspirational words every time you got behind the post when they kept on clawing back to say, "Come on, boys, let's keep the foot on the throat"?
I had to. It wasn't just me. You know, there's other key influences in the squad. So, you know, I'm not. I'll be looking around to other players to chip in here and there, and you know, they'll have their expertise.
Big team effort. Okay, well, if one of the boys would be kind enough to grab the bottle of champagne from just behind the camera. You are our Yoti man of the match, Ollie. A virtuoso performance, so a big bottle of champers.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers, mate, thank you very much.
For you to enjoy the aftermath of that win, going top of the league. So cheers, congratulations. And Dan, we'll get you on if that's okay.
All right.
Dan, congratulations, you got there in the end.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Obviously a win's a win. There's plenty to work on, and credit to Bath, they came up here and put in a hell of a shift, and probably feel like they could have got a bit more. So yeah, win's a win.
Yeah, are you delighted with the 5 points, or a bit disappointed that it was so tense and nervous?
You never want it to be tense. You'd rather win by a lot, wouldn't you? But this is rugby, so and there's quality teams in this league. So yeah, 5 points. I'm happy with the 5 points. The lads went out there and did it, and obviously won the game against a tough outfit. So there's plenty to look at, but yeah, we won.
So you tiptoed around the topic at the start of the game about what was at stake with a 5-point victory. The 5-point victory's in the bag. You're top of the league now. How do you wear that crown that's balancing lightly on your heads at the moment?
Yeah, lightly on our heads, aye. So yeah, we've got RUGBY a week tonight. So we've really got a front. We've got to up our game, because they're probably, well, I think they're the most informed team at the moment, and they're putting in some really big performances, and they're going to come up here and after that probably think that they can come away with something. So we've got to look at ourselves, and we all will, coaches, players, and get ready and prepared for what's going to be a very, very tough contest next week. And yeah, so the answer to the question is just see what happens next week.
Game by game, yeah? Yeah. Well, very exciting times for Northumbria. It's a brilliant game today. Thank you so much for hosting us, and looking forward to seeing you again.
Yep, cheers guys, thanks a lot.
All the best, Darren. Okay, so there you have it from the coach and the players. We've got a few more fixtures to bring to you. I know that we've brought you a glut of BUCS rugby this week with the epic in Hartbury and another classic here tonight. As you can see up here on the screen now, coming up next, we've got Loughborough against Cardiff Met on Wednesday, 7 p.m. kickoff, and that is going to be on Freeview Sports on Sky. So as the rugby gets bigger and better, so too does the coverage. We're very excited about screening games from now on Freeview, so you'll be able to get away from your laptops, put it up on the screen, maybe ask the bars at your student union to get it up on the big screen and really make an event of it. We're then down to Topsham for the big varsity match, the Southwest varsity, Exeter versus Bath. Massive, massive crowd there last year. They're expecting 5,000 minimum there, potentially up to 7. So if you're in the area, get down. If not, watch us on the screen. Then it's back up here into the northeast for a local derby, Durham against Northumbria, and then we close out with Leeds Beckett against Northumbria. All those matches looking so crucial at the moment. From then, that'll be the league leaders decided, and then we're right into the knockouts, culminating in the final at Twickenham on April the 11th for the showpiece event of the season. So, on Groundhog Day up here, it was a little bit of history repeating itself as Northumbria vanquished Bath once again, taking 5 points, and with that, the lead in the BUCS Super Rugby 2018. It's been a magic week of rugby for us here at BUCS. We're looking forward to you joining us next week at 7 p.m. at Loughborough for the Cardiff Met match. However, till then, good night and thank you for joining us.